Well, with all the scandals and the Montreal screw jobs and all sorts of stuff going on, I
and
could.
defecating on people.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. Joined by MVP, and if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We have a bunch of content coming your way and daily shorts. MVP, how are you?
That's how I feel about wrestling right now.
Well, with all the scandals and the Montreal screw jobs and all sorts of stuff going on, I could.
And defecating on people.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. I wish we can get into that. We cannot get into that right now, but let's just say crazy things are going on in the WWE. Well, not anymore. Anyway, we're doing top 5 heels today. I thought it'd be good to talk about our version of the top 5 heels, who we think it is. Drop in the comments below who you think your top 5 is, or any heels you think we left off. We'd love to see it. Maybe we'll put it on a short, your comments. So MVP, why don't you go first?
Absolutely. Number one, I don't think this guy is the greatest heel of all time, but he's the best heel today. MJF.
I'm liking that. That's a great pick.
I mean, in today's age where there's flip flopping all over the place. I mean, how many times has Big Show turned?
Many. It was like a flavor of the week.
Mm-hmm. So you got a guy that's literally living out his gimmick. I mean, you see him at autograph signings. Little kids coming up to him, wanting a picture, wanting an autograph. He's flicking them off.
He is. And like he'll autograph their action figure and throw it on the floor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, come on, bro. That's sick.
Yeah. And I mean, all right. So he's a face now, but you can argue that he's a heel acting like a face because his chant is "You're my scumbag."
Yeah, and he's also like he still doesn't care. He just is cool with the fans and all that, but he's still him. He doesn't change, so that's good. He's a good
absolutely not. So yeah, I still consider him a heel, even though he's a face. But yeah, right now, the best heel in the game today, MJF.
I'm liking that. I'm gonna stick with AEW as well. Not in any particular order, obviously, but my first one I'll bring up, Christian Cage, is one of the craziest heels, maybe of all time. Maybe top 5 all time. He is great.
I mean, we're talking about this iteration.
Yeah. This version.
Yes.
The version where Ric Flair was in the ring and he said, "Relax, people. I know Ric Flair is not dead." Because if there was a god, Ric Flair would have died 10 years ago. And then what did he say? This is Tony Khan's gift to Adam Copeland. A black liver, some chains, and leopard shoes or whatever. I'm like, bro, he is straight cooking people.
Yeah. I mean,
never forget the "go F yourself"
and
Edge's ear. Oh, sorry, Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland. The Raiders are superstar, Adam Copeland.
Christian Cage is next level, dude.
And then, like, this stuff with Nick Wayne. I mean, they're teaming now, but just straight up going up to your mom, "I can be your new daddy."
That's crazy. Christian Cage is next level, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have number 2?
I do have number 2. Chris Jericho. Now, I'm talking about the era when he was feuding with Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
When, I want to say 2008?
Yeah, roughly 2008, 2007.
So he had this where he accidentally hit Rebecca, and then they turned that into a story. Yeah, turned that into a storyline, and then he takes Shawn Michaels' face and puts it through his Geritron.
Yep.
And then he turns into the short tights and starts wearing suits to the ring. Very, very Nick Bockwinkel-esque with the big words. And during that time, he was despicable. talk low, very slow, very methodical. In order for you to hear what I have to say, you have to pay attention. Stuff like
Is
that.
he not great, dude, at just changing characters all the time?
Oh,
And like yeah, I mean, and didn't a short time later, didn't he team with Big Show,
yeah,
Jericho?
Jericho. He's wrestling's king of reinvention.
Oh yeah. I will say though, real quick on Jericho, did you see the video of them on the Jericho
Yes,
cruise ship? Oh
yes, I
my
did.
God, Big Show, please retire and save your life. Do not die
I
in the
mean,
ring.
Jericho
Jericho
needs
looks like a
to
drunk uncle. A
get into
cool one.
shape or retire.
Yeah.
I know Jericho can still do it, but his presentation's off.
It's getting to the point as he gets older that you can't be a rock star and live
Yeah,
that life
yeah,
and be a performer where you have to be in top shape and work out all the time. And
yeah,
you had to have a fine balance. And but credit to him, he's doing what he loves,
yeah.
you know. But yeah,
Can't knock him for that.
I do like that heel version of him, you know, because there's a heel version of him when he had like the list. But come on, he was so over.
Yeah,
He wasn't a heel. He was.
yeah. Now, this heel, people were what harassing him in the parking lots.
Yeah. Yep.
The
Get
list
me the list.
Jericho wasn't. The list Jericho, people were coming up to him, can you put me on the list?
For sure. Number two, I don't know what year this was. Maybe 2010, roughly. Yeah, 2011 maybe. Randy Orton, when he was literally like voices in his head where he would like tweak out and he
He was a viper.
yes, you punt Shane McMahon or
Yeah,
no Vince first,
yeah.
then you punt Shane for defending his dad.
And then you blame it on IED.
Yep, and then you handcuff Triple H to a rope
Mm-hmm.
and you DDT his wife in front of him and then stare at him and slowly go down and
You
kiss her on the lips.
seal it with
Oh,
a kiss.
that is the crazy. That whole storyline was great, but like that
Yeah,
version of Randy Orton, kiss it goodbye, dude. He was vicious. He
he
was
was
a
on
viper,
top of his game.
one of the best heels ever, dude.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh
number
yeah.
two.
Okay. My number three. And not just in light of recent events, although you could take them into account because they're just so despicable.
Come on out, you rapist.
That's a great video, by the way. That's
Oh
a
yeah.
great yeah. Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon.
He's top now. He's the best of all time.
I mean, all right, he's your boss. Who doesn't who doesn't hate their boss? Everybody hates their boss,
Yep.
and especially one that's despicable and tries to just keep you from reaching the top, like he did with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. Great stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
and think about like you kind of have to put the scandal in play now because when you watch old stuff now, I've been sending you videos all week. I'm like,
yeah.
this makes sense.
Mm.
Like, get out here and kiss my ass in front of everyone. Like,
Come out here, you rapist!
and then he walks off. Okay, yeah, you win on that one. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And oddly enough, he looks more like a heel now with that mustache and all that, but this all happened.
Well, I think he got rid of that. He got rid of that.
He
But
better have. My number three is going to be. I'm going to do this one. From the year 2005 to 2010, Edge was vicious. You know, he was villainous, did whatever to win the title. He had great matches with like Mick Foley at WrestleMania 22.
Mhm.
The feud with Matt Hardy made him one of the most hated people in sports entertainment because
Yep.
that's a code you don't break, and he broke it. Then you have a live sex show on television. She's the biggest heel now for interrupting
Yeah.
the podcast. But no, but Edge from 2005 to 2010
Yeah.
was so villainous, dude.
No, I mean, come on, in the ring, getting naked in front of the whole come on.
with one of your coworkers'
Yeah.
ex-girlfriends it
Yeah.
was his girlfriend when he started, but
Yeah.
he makes the list.
Yeah. No,
Gives me the
I
list.
totally agree. I totally agree with you. Edge, great pick. Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland, hashtag Edge.
My
You go.
number 4, CM Punk.
Are you talking like when he faced Undertaker?
You can. So the straight edge society stuff was genius. You take a guy who says, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I'm addicted to competition. Normally positive traits in of a human being, and you flip it and you make it bad. Oh, I'm all these things because I'm better than you. Genius.
I like that too.
You
Yeah,
you
that
you
was crazy.
start a society of people that are straight edge. In order for them to join you, you shave off their heads. I mean, come
Yeah,
on, and then he finally gets his head shaved, and the dude come out with a mask, a luchador mask.
yeah.
Uh, so we have that. I also I'd like to mention his heel stuff. What 2012 going into 2013 with The Rock,
Yeah,
and he was able to on the mic stand toe to toe and cook The Rock.
which he did. He did.
Your arms are too small to box with God. Come on.
Yeah. And then didn't he say something about in that same promo? He said something about, oh, and that wasn't written on the wrist. Something like he said something about that. I was like, oh, straight cooking.
Cooking. So, and
Let him cook. Let him cook.
well, I mean, they tried, but he tore his tricep.
Rip. Yeah, I mean, but the stuff with the Undertaker, like pouring Paul Bearer's ashes on the Undertaker, bro.
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh yes, and to people watching thinking, oh, we're just shitting on Punk. I'm a Punk fan.
CM Punk.
We're Punk fans here, so I'm just saying top heel, top heel. He's great as a face. So what do we need of him right now? But heel, absolutely great.
And say what you will about Punk and people hating on him and whatever. I feel so bad for Punk.
Oh yeah,
he just can't catch a break when it comes to. He's given finally a time to prove himself and not be that petty Punk, and then you get hurt, and it's like, oh god, I feel so terrible.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen on like YouTube, but WWE released like a week of like vlogs of him of his week leading up to the Rumble.
Oh, I didn't see it.
No, so it showcased his face to face with Cody, and backstage like, oh, we're gonna do this. I'd like to see how the crowd's gonna react to this. Then he visits number one CM Punk Cora Jade as she's she just got her ACL surgery for her knee.
Yep.
And then he goes to work out with NXT stars to help him get ready for the Rumble. He's working out with Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, Lexus King, and you see how they're enjoying their time with him, and he's Mr. Miyagiing them. And then they show the Rumble, and then how disappointed he is, with the injury. And then he's like, "Hey, Cody, just go finish your story, bro."
Yeah. Real quick before I continue with my next one.
Yeah.
You have a girlfriend that walks around the background a lot. Do you know what happens to girlfriends who walk around the background of a wrestling podcast? Do you know what
Did they
happens
make
to
the
girls who
list?
wear Batman shirts in the background of a wrestling podcast?
Did it make the list?
You just made the list.
You made the list.
That was your number 4, right? Number 4.
Yeah.
My number 4, easy money, and no pun intended, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Oh, absolutely.
Such a great heel. And I love the story. I've mentioned it before on the podcast, but Vince, the one that we need to find a name for him, by the way, like Crispin Wah. We need to find like a Vince McMahon or something. But anyway, he gives him a stack of money and says,
Yeah.
go be a heel. You go to a restaurant, pay for everyone's dinner, make people hate you and the money you have. And
Buy out a pool and then be the only one in the pool.
yeah. He said, we'll just keep replenishing your money. Can you imagine a job where it's like, I want you to go make people hate you. I will just give you an abundance of money to do it. Here you go. $1 Million Man had it. He was a great heel. I loved everything about his gimmick. So I'm gonna go $1 Million Man number 4.
Okay. That's a great choice. My number 5. Talk about heels, talk about wrestlers that inspire wrestlers to be wrestlers. Rowdy Piper.
Just when you think you have all the answers, I changed the questions.
Yep. Oh man. Uh the Piper's Pit where he slams coconut into Jimmy Snuka's head,
Yep.
walking around with a skirt.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy, and he's inspired many people on our lists.
CM Punk.
Absolutely, yeah,
Like work wise, of course.
yeah,
And I mean, every superhero needs a villain. And you had
yeah.
Hulk Hogan, who was the superhero at the time. He needed a
Hmm.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
That's Roddy Piper. Roddy
Oh,
Piper, 100%.
absolutely. Yeah.
That's a great pick, Roddy Piper. I know it's a great pick because he was on my list too. Now, okay. My number 5 is not going to be a wrestler. He is a manager. And ladies and gentlemen, his name is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is amazing on the
Yeah.
mic and in his
Yeah.
heel work and the emotion he puts into it. Like
Hmm.
when the Usos were trying to take down Roman and at the tag team match, and he literally the way he brings up the story and it's like I've watched the Usos grow up and he like wipes a tear away. He goes, I just feel so bad for what Roman Reigns is going to do to you. Like your mic work and you as a heel and how he'll bring in people's family members, like you know,
Yeah.
I do not want to see your father watch you get this crazy stuff.
Mhm.
Paul Heyman,
Yeah.
number 5, and I
I
think that
mean,
rounds out everything.
oh well. I mean, Paul Heyman. I mean, imagine heel CM Punk without Paul Heyman. I think it dumbs it down.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, just a tad.
Hmm.
Um, you have honorable mentions?
Yeah. I had $1 Million Man. Ric Flair.
Woo!
I mean, talk about the classic chicken shit heel. There, when he was healing it up, there's no one on this planet that wanted a piece of this guy.
Yep, and the fans hated him.
Yeah.
I mean, when he would tell a guy like, "I got any girl I want here, even that
Hmm.
fat one right there," like,
Hmm. Space Mountain, oldest ride, longest line.
uh huh. Although what's really bad is you seen videos of him lately where he's trying to be Ric Flair. But it's just
Yeah.
so kind of pitiful because he's like doing some fake struts and wooing, and it's like, bro,
Should do it in a nursing home.
pipe bomb.
and,
Um,
and then I have Bret Hart.
yeah, when he was a
That's-
Canadian, when he
Yeah,
was the Canadians, yeah,
exactly. Like you're gonna make him a heel everywhere but Canada. Great heel. Oh, the U.S. is shaped like a toilet
yeah,
because you are full of
Yeah.
full of crap.
And now gas is like $4 a gallon and everything's
Yeah,
expensive. We're like, he had a point. Like we
yeah.
got our
Like,
shit together.
I'm from Canada, where we have free health care.
Yeah. All that.
Great,
Um,
great heel.
so I would have put this guy on my list. He's my only honorable mention, but I had a manager in there already. I didn't want to put two, and I just picked the one that I think is a little bit better as a heel. But Bobby the Brain Heenan was a great
Yeah.
heel.
Hmm.
Just cheating and the way that what did he say? He's like, if you can't win, you got to cheat to win, and you got to do this, and like the way he talked is just crazy. And he managed the greatest heels ever, Andre the Giant, and the Heenan family, and Haku, which is one of the most dangerous people ever. By the way, good segue. I love a good segue. I have an episode with Going Ringside Scott Johnson about Haku dropping next Wednesday.
Ooh.
Just so you know. But yeah, Haku was part of that family, and Bobby Heenan was just incredible. So
If you follow me, you go to the top. If you don't, you're never heard from again.
yeah, true. So yeah, that rounds out my list. You got any more on your list you're hiding?
No.
This was a very good episode. We talked about heels. I put your girlfriend on the list. We covered a lot of ground today. So, um, again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, please. We love the support. We're almost at 100. I'm going to talk to MVP this week. I have some stuff that I could do a giveaway on if we reach a certain subscriber goal. I do have that John Cena autograph card, and I'm really debating letting that go. It's worth a lot of money, but to support the channel, I'll do anything. So make sure you subscribe. We got a bunch of stuff coming your way. And again, leave the heels that you think are the greatest of all time. If we left one out, put them in the comments below, and I'll put them in some shorts and get you a little exposure there for supporting us. And MVP, we'll see you in the next one.